Alright, if you clicked on this video, you're either just starting out reselling or you've been reselling for a while and only making a couple $100s here and there every month, you feel me? And you want to actually make thousands of dollars per month like all these other big resellers out there. Well, if that's you, let me go ahead and tell you that this is a great place to be at, because right now I'm about to show you how to actually run it up and make a bag off reselling. As you guys can see, I have tons of product on my bed right here, but not only do I have these YSLs that you've probably seen the basic resellers resell, I also have untapped products. For example, like this cologne right here, you might have never seen before, but that's just one of many untapped products in the reselling space. Products like that will really help you scale your brand and actually make sales to hit these 10K months. But the first thing that you want to do is find good suppliers that will actually give you access to good items like these with good shipping, good pricing, and good quality. Alright, so bringing it over to the desk, I'm actually about to put y'all on the best places to find vendors. And not only am I going to put y'all on, I'm going to actually show y'all exactly how to do it. As you see, the first website I'm going to go ahead and say is emanresell.com. And no, I'm not just saying this to be biased. I'm saying this because all these vendors right here are actually trusted suppliers that have been tested by me and other resellers. For example, these AirPod vendors, I already know they have good shipping, good quality, and good prices. But not only that, you'd be saving yourself time since you wouldn't have to go to other places to test out other vendors. And you can get these for only $10, which is actually extremely cheap. For example, when I first started reselling, I bought a bad product for $50 and I couldn't even resell it. So that was $50 down the drain right there. And for under $50, you could even get this ultimate vendor bundle that comes with every single one of my vendors for only $40. But if you want to take the risky route, what I would recommend is going to Alibaba.com and searching up whatever product you want. For example, let's go ahead and try to do AirPods. As you see right there, they popped up. And these photos might throw you off because they don't show the real AirPods. But if you were to click on one of these listings, for example, these right here, and then we were to go to reviews. Okay, I guess not these. Let's find a different listing. Okay, I think this one right here looks like the AirPods. Okay, pictures look good, but let's go ahead and check out the reviews with photos and videos. Okay, so as we see, this person has no reviews, so this would be probably a bad supplier right here, but let's go ahead and try to find a different one. Okay, right here, I think this got to be an AirPod supplier. Okay, yeah, they got the photos. See if they have any reviews. They don't have any reviews showing the AirPods, but as you see, these photos, they are the real AirPods right there. They just come with the cover boxes. This vendor, I don't know if it's good because it doesn't have any reviews, so you'd have to waste money testing it, and you don't know if it could be a good or bad product. But this is a way to find vendors, and it is better than going to DHK and just buying off of there. So the top two places would obviously be Alibaba, or if not, to buy a vendor off a trusted reseller. For example, I have all my vendors right here at emanresell.com. So after you find yourself a high quality trusted supplier, the next step would to obviously get some products, and I recommend getting some parfums to Marley or Louis Vuitton. These even come with the bags right here, as we see the Louis Vuitton bag. Not only that, they even come with receipts, as you see Louis Vuitton receipt. So after you do that and get some high quality products, the next step would to obviously be to list your products, and I recommend for anybody starting out to try Facebook Marketplace. As you see right here, I do have 34 listings active right now. So let me go ahead and check out one of my listings. So right here we do have a YSL listing. As you see, the quality on this photo is amazing. It has a nice clean background with good natural lighting. And if you can tell, I only take photos of the front and not the back or anything, because Facebook Marketplace actually randomizes which photo is at the front cover. And imagine if somebody's scrolling and they see a photo and it's just the bottom of a cologne like this. Does that look interesting to you? No, you're probably not going to click on that. But if you were to see it like this, posted up with some good lighting, you're more likely to click on it. So that would be same for the buyer. If they were to see a nice, good quality photo like this, they're probably going to click on it. So some good places to take product photos that I would recommend would be near a bed sheet, so it would have a nice clean background, or even in the bathroom, because bathrooms tend to have good clean lighting. Another good spot would be by the window, so the natural light can actually hit the product. But the product photo is just one key important part from the listing. Another would be the title. As you see, very simple, Blue de Chanel, 3.4 fluid ounces. As you see, I list them at 85 because if you see somebody on Marketplace buying cologne, do you really think they want to get it for 120 when they could just go to Sephora and guarantee that it's authentic and get it for 120? No, nobody's going to do that. The reason they're buying on Marketplace is to get it at a discounted price. So for all y'all that are listing y'all's colognes at 150 and then asking me, yo, why don't I get no sales, bro? It's because you're overpricing, bro. You have to charge, for example, 85 or maybe even $60. It really just depends how much product you have. For example, I have tons of product, so I can afford to even list these at $50, because if I'm getting these at $25, let's say I sell 10 of them for $50, that would be $250 profit right there. So it really just depends how much products you have. So if you were to have 1 or 2 colognes, I recommend listing them at like $100, depending on how much you're getting them for. Because I know a lot of these vendors like to overcharge, but for example, I'm able to get these colognes right here for $25 to $45. Next thing, I would put the condition use like new, just to make sure that nobody tries to take down your listing, because if you put it as brand new, for some reason it has a higher chance of getting taken down. I don't know why. It's dumb, I know, but just gotta do it. The last thing would be the description. As you see, I have a very clean description, sealed, to make sure the buyer knows it's brand new. Valid batch codes, because my supplier does have valid batch codes, and it just guarantees the buyer like more safety over the product. Test smell, because when I meet with a buyer, I let them smell it every single time, because when I tell y'all the quality on these colognes is literally 1-to-1, I mean it. These literally smell exactly like the real one, so I have no worry letting the buyer smell the cologne. Local meetup, because I actually don't do shipping on Facebook Marketplace. I probably should be, but for some reason I'm not. So I recommend y'all do shipping, just to get y'all extra sales here and there. And lastly, DM for inquiries, which basically means DM me if you have any questions. For all this color and brand material and stuff, you just have to leave that blank. You really don't have to do that. You want to do local pickup if you're doing that, or you can do shipping if you're doing that as well. I'm covering my area code because I'm not leaking my address. Then you just want to click save, and boom, your listing should be up. As you see, nice and clean title, nice and clean description. So I recommend y'all get as much listings up as y'all can. Like I said, I have about 30 listings up right now. It'll just guarantee you more sales and more buyers. Not only do you want to list it on Facebook, you also want to list it on Depop, OfferUp, eBay, and basically any other app that you can list a product on. I recommend listing it on there. Now this last tip that I'm about to give you will actually change the game for you. I recommend, after doing a couple months of reselling on these apps right here, I recommend that you expand out the social media and start an Instagram and TikTok, maybe even a Snapchat. And you want to post videos, for example, showing the product off, being like, anybody need a free reselling supplier, hit me up, and put a Telegram in the bio, put your Instagram in the bio, or even put a WhatsApp number. And the reason I say social media is because social media is literally the biggest platform. Everybody is on TikTok, Instagram, scrolling. Nobody scrolls on Facebook Marketplace. For example, here's a Telegram channel that I personally run, and I use TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat to promote it. As you can see, I'm able to sell these products worldwide, not only locally to people on Facebook Marketplace. So like I said, I would definitely recommend doing it after a couple months of running it on these local apps. But don't only stick to doing social media. I would still stick to these apps, because these apps actually can make you tons of money. In my first week of reselling, I made over $500 off of just selling AirPods on Marketplace. So if you made it to this part of the video, this is literally your sign to start reselling. I literally gave y'all every single step that y'all need to actually start reselling. I showed y'all how to find a supplier. I showed y'all the best apps to resell on, how to list a product. And not only that, I showed y'all a method that most of these resellers don't want to show you. Because I showed y'all the best way to resell, which is social media. Because through social media, you can reach thousands of people, and you can make thousands of dollars every single month just reselling through social media. I recommend that y'all start reselling now, because I literally gave y'all all the information that I gave you. So don't be making excuses that I'm just going to wait till I need more money or anything. No, you can literally start with only $50, bro. So just go ask your parents, go ask your aunts. If not, go in the neighborhood and say, I'm raising $50 to start my reselling business. I guarantee you, if you knock over 100 houses, you can easily raise $100. I guarantee that. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. And lastly, I recommend that y'all join my free reselling Discord in the bio. There's bots in there on the premium Discord, and we also do free weekly calls. But not only that, you can talk to me, you can talk to other resellers, and you can probably get more free game like this in that Discord server. So if you want to join that, just go to the link in the description. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. So if y'all like this type of content, make sure to comment down below and subscribe, because I'll definitely be bringing y'all more content like this.